Hi, this is Elle and welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for being here. Today is a highly requested video. It started on my TikTok and now we're doing a full-length version here on YouTube. It's all about foundations. We're really getting into foundations this week. So before we get started, hit the subscribe button, share this video with somebody you think might like it, and let's do it. So I have done foundation roundups my whole career over here on YouTube, but I don't think I have done one quite like this. These are my top 7 timeless foundations for more mature skin. These are foundations I have been using for quite a while now, and they are foundations I also have in my kit. If you guys don't know and you're new here, I am a professional makeup artist for over 20 years as well as an esthetician. There is, I will say, one caveat to this. It is a brand new foundation that just launched and my Foundation Friday will be out on it and I will be adding that to this list. So stay tuned for that. All right. So when I talk about timeless foundations, these are foundations that are good for all skin types. So there's not like, they are good for dry because I am more dry to normal, but they are great for oily skin as well as combination skin. The reason why I say that is because all of these foundations will mimic your skincare underneath it. So whenever you are more dry or normal, you're going to prep the skin in a more hydrating fashion. When you are more combination and oily, you are going to prep the skin for your skin type. So thinner layers, gel-like moisturizers, things that we've talked about in the past. So all of these foundations are good for all skin types. Okay, and if you have any questions, I do have Foundation Fridays on each one of these foundations to show you in detail how to apply each one of these foundations. So you can check them out in my playlist. Let's go to number 1. They are in no particular order. This one nobody talks about, and I mentioned it on TikTok, and it's my one video that has gone viral over there, and nobody's really ever heard of this. It's called Smith & Colt. I feel like I'm the only one that ever talks about this. It is one of the most beautiful foundations I have ever worn. It's a foundation I use when people are doing photo shoots, and they just want skin, like a skin finish. They just want a finish to the skin that looks real, and it is a beautiful, beautiful foundation. All of these foundations go on great with your hands, great with the brush, and great with the beauty blender. And just a little refresher, when you are more dry to normal, most likely in general, your beauty blender is going to be the best method, or your hands. When you are more combination to oily, your hands or a brush are going to be more of your method, and then you can press it in with a beauty blender. But this is a medium coverage foundation. It doesn't need to be really set if you don't want to, and it just looks glowy and beautiful. I am in 160 Neutral. That is the color. This one is a tinted moisturizer. This is by Hourglass. This is their Illusion Hyaluronic Skin Tint. This is going to be your, like I said, it's going to be your tinted moisturizer, but it's a light to medium coverage. So it does have more coverage than a typical tinted moisturizer. It is one of those foundations that makes, all of these foundations, it's going to be, I'm going to kind of say the similar thing, but it makes you look like you're glowing from within. It's super easy to use, and it's the best way to apply this is with your hands. This one. Okay, so this is a newer foundation for me, and it's called LYS. This is their serum foundation. This is a more of a medium coverage foundation. I love to apply this actually with a brush for me, so see, the rules can get flipped here, but with a brush and then go with my beauty blender or my hands. It is serum-like. It says it in the name, so it does feel very serum-y on the skin, but it is just one of those that, especially as we age, we want something that is just going to gloss over the skin, that's going to make the skin look better than it normally does. And this one, if you're sleeping on it, go and get it. When it first came out, it was completely sold out everywhere, and this is now back in stock, so this is one to get. I am in color L96. All right, so I've talked about this one incessantly. This is your Anastasia foundation. This is a more higher coverage, and this one actually is very much a skin-like finish, and it really, really mimics your skincare. So it can be super matte if you need it to be. Just, again, prep your skin, and you will use a powder. But they say it's a luminous foundation. I don't find it to be unless I really want it to be. So I'll prep with like a, you know, a really hydrating primer or more one that has an illuminating product. properties to it, but this is a showstopper. This is super long wearing. You won't have to touch it up, and then the shade range is beautiful with it. And I am in 220N, and I actually just got a brand new one in the Sephora sale, and I'm almost out of this one. I wear that when I want to have a fuller coverage and I want it to look more done up, like more of a makeup look. That's what I wear. Oh, Collagen Dough. This has been in my kit probably for, I don't know, 10 years almost, or 7 years. This is their Aqua Foundation. This is another one that I use more for like a model-like skin. So it's going to be your more light to medium coverage. I am in color 123, and I apply this with my hands and then a beauty blender. This is just a staple. This is something that I will not live without. This is something that I will always have on hand. Again, this is one of those foundations that if I just want to look really flawless and be very effortless, and you can absolutely powder if you need to. I don't always, but this one is, I know a lot of you guys have tried this because of my recommendation, and it just is a gorgeous foundation. So sleeping on that. Okay. Elle Maquillage. This is something that I get very mixed reviews on. Some people said that it dries them out. Other people love it. So for me personally, it is again a little bit more of a makeup look. It is a higher coverage, but the way that they allow you to pick your color out online is genius. I don't know how they do it, but it matches like my skin tone perfectly. I'm in color D45. It's called Woke Up This Way, and I apply it with a beauty blender. This is definitely one of those foundations that is almost like a filter over your skin. That's how it is for me. It's very filterish looking, and it really does give your skin but better. Now, I know that a lot of these are higher end foundations, but this is just this is timeless foundations. This is where you are going to spend your money if you want to. But you don't have to if you want to do the Milani Screen Queen. Oh my gosh. Okay, listen. I am in between two colors. This is 310. This is what I wear the most, that color. I am a little step down during the winter, but listen, this is a beautiful drugstore foundation, but it has like the coverage. It's a medium to high coverage, but it doesn't look like it. It's not drying to the skin. I do powder it a little bit down the center, but it is a beautiful drugstore foundation if you're looking for one that is of that price point that you won't have to fuss with it. It is super long wearing, very, very long wearing, and it just, again, all of these foundations give your skin that filtered look, that kind of better skin than you had before. It will cover up imperfections. It's great for pores as well. So if you have large pores or any kind of scarring, that is a great one for you, because it does lean more on like the skin matte side, but not really. So even if you're dry, I am dry, don't be afraid of it, but it will lean that direction a little bit more if you want it to be. And it's just so long wearing. It's just, it is beautiful foundation. So these are my top timeless foundations. These are ones that I feel really good recommending to anyone I speak to. I mean, even in my neighborhood, people are like, what foundation should I use? And I'm like, I have a whole playlist on it. But that for me, I'm always like, well, try this one, try that one. These are and you don't have to use so much of these. So you're not gonna be going like 3 or 4 pumps like of this foundation. You're going to use just the right amount, which is between 1 to 2 pumps, and it is going to give you beautiful skin. So let me know if you guys use these. Let me know if you guys have tried these, and I am loving your feedback on all my videos recently with all of the comments, and I just want to thank you all so much for being here, and I'll see you on the next one. Lots of love from me to you. Bye, loves.